Electric vehicles, or EVs, are not as new as you might think. Their journey began in the early 19th century. In the 1820s, a Scottish inventor named Robert Anderson built a crude electric carriage. This was one of the first known electric vehicles. By the late 1800s, EVs had become more popular due to improvements in battery technology. During this period, electric cars were favored over their gasoline counterparts. They were quieter and did not emit pollutants. This made them appealing to city dwellers. Early EVs were also easier to start and operate. This was a significant advantage over gasoline cars, which required hand cranking. However, the batteries used in these early electric vehicles were primitive. They were heavy and had limited range. Despite these limitations, many inventors and engineers continued to experiment with electric vehicles. By the early 20th century, EVs accounted for a significant portion of the automobile market. As the 20th century progressed, the landscape of the automotive industry began to change. The rise of the internal combustion engine marked the beginning of a new era. This shift would lead to the decline of electric vehicles, which we will explore in the next section. The early success of electric vehicles was short-lived. By the 1920s, gasoline-powered cars had taken over the market. There were several reasons for this decline. One of the main factors was the invention of the electric starter. Charles Kettering developed this device in 1912, making gasoline cars easier to start. Gasoline cars also became more affordable. Henry Ford's assembly line made mass production possible. This significantly reduced the cost of gasoline vehicles. As a result, more people could afford to buy them. Gasoline was also much cheaper than electricity at the time. This made gasoline cars more economical to operate. Another reason for the decline was the limited range of early electric vehicles. They could only travel short distances before needing a recharge. This made them impractical for long trips. Gasoline cars, on the other hand, could travel much farther on a single tank of fuel. This convenience made them more popular among consumers. The infrastructure for gasoline vehicles also improved rapidly. Gas stations started to appear everywhere, making refueling easy and convenient. In contrast, charging stations for electric vehicles were rare. This lack of infrastructure further contributed to the decline of EVs. By the mid-20th century, electric vehicles had almost disappeared from the roads. Electric vehicles have made a remarkable comeback in recent years. Several factors have contributed to this resurgence. One of the most significant is the growing concern about climate change. People are becoming more aware of the environmental impact of gasoline vehicles. This has led to increased interest in cleaner alternatives. Advancements in technology have also played a crucial role. Modern batteries are much more efficient than those used in the past. They can store more energy and have a longer lifespan. This has addressed one of the main issues that plagued early electric vehicles. With better batteries, EVs can now travel much longer distances on a single charge. Government policies have also supported the growth of electric vehicles. Many countries offer incentives for EV buyers. These can include tax credits, rebates, and other financial benefits. Such policies make electric vehicles more affordable and attractive to consumers. In addition, stricter emissions regulations are pushing automakers to develop cleaner vehicles. The rise of electric vehicles is also driven by innovation in the automotive industry. Companies like Tesla have revolutionized the market with their cutting-edge technology. They have shown that electric vehicles can be both high-performing and stylish. This has changed public perception and increased the demand for EVs. As a result, many traditional automakers are now investing heavily in electric vehicle technology. Charging electric vehicles is an essential aspect of their usability. There are several types of EV chargers available, each with its pros and cons. The most common types are Level 1, Level 2, and DC fast chargers. Level 1 chargers use a standard 120-volt outlet. They are the slowest type of charger, providing about 2 to 5 miles of range per hour. However, they are convenient because they can be plugged into any standard outlet. This makes them ideal for overnight charging at home. The downside is the long charging time, which can be inconvenient for daily use. Level 2 chargers are much faster. They use a 240-volt outlet, similar to what is used for home appliances like ovens and dryers. These chargers can provide 10 to 60 miles of range per hour. Level 2 chargers are commonly found in public charging stations and can also be installed at home. The main disadvantage is the higher installation cost compared to Level 1 chargers. DC fast chargers are the fastest option available. They can provide up to 80% charge in about 30 minutes. This makes them ideal for long trips and quick top-ups. However, they are much more expensive to install and maintain. DC fast chargers are typically found at commercial locations and along major highways. They are not suitable for home use due to their high power requirements. Each type of charger has its advantages and disadvantages. The choice depends on the user's needs and driving habits. Understanding these differences can help EV owners make informed decisions about their charging options. Section 5. Key companies in EV infrastructure expansion. Several companies are leading the charge in expanding EV infrastructure. These companies are crucial in making electric vehicles more accessible and convenient. One of the most well-known is Tesla. Tesla has built an extensive network of superchargers around the world. These high-speed chargers are strategically located to support long-distance travel. Another key player is ChargePoint. ChargePoint operates one of the largest networks of independently owned EV charging stations. Their network includes both Level 2 and DC fast chargers. ChargePoint's app makes it easy for users to find and use their stations. They are continuously expanding their network to meet growing demand. Electrify America is another important company in this space. It was established by Volkswagen as part of a settlement for the diesel emissions scandal. Electrify America has invested billions in EV infrastructure. They focus on installing DC fast chargers along major highways. This makes long-distance travel more feasible for electric vehicle owners. EVgo is also a significant player in the EV charging market. They operate a large network of fast chargers across the United States. EVgo focuses on urban areas and high-traffic locations. This ensures that EV drivers have access to fast charging when they need it most. EVgo's partnerships with various automakers help to further expand their network. These companies are essential in building the infrastructure needed for electric vehicles. Their efforts are making it easier for people to switch to EVs. As the infrastructure continues to grow, the adoption of electric vehicles is expected to increase. Section 6. The impact of EVs on the power grid. The increasing number of electric vehicles has significant implications for the power grid. EVs require electricity to charge, which can put additional strain on the grid. This is especially true during peak charging times, such as in the evening when many people return home from work. One of the main concerns is the potential for grid overload. If too many EVs charge simultaneously, it can lead to power outages or reduced efficiency. To address this, utility companies are exploring various solutions. One approach is to encourage off-peak charging. This involves offering lower electricity rates during times when demand is low. This can help to spread out the load and reduce strain on the grid. Another solution is the development of smart grids. Smart grids use advanced technology to monitor and manage electricity usage. They can dynamically adjust the supply based on demand. This helps to ensure that there is enough power available when needed. Smart grids can also integrate renewable energy sources, such as solar and wind, to provide a more sustainable power supply. Electric vehicles can also have a positive impact on the power grid. With vehicle-to-grid (V2G) technology, EVs can act as mobile energy storage units. They can store excess power and supply it back to the grid during peak times. This can help to balance supply and demand, improving the stability of the grid. V2G technology is still in its early stages, but it holds great promise for the future. The impact of EVs on the power grid is a complex issue. It requires careful planning and investment in infrastructure. However, with the right strategies, it is possible to integrate electric vehicles into the grid in a way that benefits everyone. Section 7. The $7,500 federal EV tax credit and its benefits. The federal EV tax credit is a significant incentive for electric vehicle buyers in the United States. This credit can reduce the cost of purchasing an electric vehicle by up to $7,500. The amount of the credit depends on the size of the vehicle and its battery capacity. Larger vehicles with larger batteries qualify for the full credit, while smaller ones may qualify for a partial credit. This tax credit is designed to make electric vehicles more affordable. By reducing the upfront cost, it encourages more people to consider switching to an EV. This in turn helps to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and reliance on fossil fuels. The credit can be claimed when filing federal income taxes. It directly reduces the amount of tax owed, making it a valuable benefit for taxpayers. One of the key benefits of the federal EV tax credit is that it helps to level the playing field. Electric vehicles are often more expensive than their gasoline counterparts. The tax credit helps to bridge this price gap, making EVs more competitive. This is especially important as the automotive industry transitions to cleaner technologies. However, it is important to note that the federal EV tax credit is subject to certain limitations. For instance, it begins to phase out for individual manufacturers after they have sold 200,000 qualifying vehicles. Tesla and General Motors have already hit this cap, meaning their vehicles are no longer eligible for the credit. This has led to calls for the cap to be lifted or adjusted to support the ongoing adoption of electric vehicles. The federal EV tax credit is a valuable tool in promoting electric vehicle adoption. It provides financial incentives that make EVs more accessible to a wider range of consumers. As the market for electric vehicles continues to grow, such incentives will play a crucial role in shaping the future of transportation. Section 8. The future of electric transportation. The future of electric transportation looks promising. Advances in technology are making electric vehicles more efficient and affordable. Battery costs are decreasing and their energy density is improving. This means that future EVs will have longer ranges and shorter charging times. These improvements will make electric vehicles even more appealing to consumers. Autonomous driving technology is also set to revolutionize electric transportation. Companies like Tesla are already developing self-driving capabilities. Autonomous electric vehicles can offer a convenient and efficient mode of transport. They can also reduce traffic congestion and improve road safety. As this technology matures, it will likely become a standard feature in electric vehicles. The expansion of charging infrastructure is another key factor. Companies are investing heavily in building more charging stations. This will make it easier for EV owners to find convenient places to charge their vehicles. The development of ultra-fast chargers will further reduce charging times, making long-distance travel more practical. Government policies will continue to play a crucial role in the adoption of electric vehicles. Incentives such as tax credits and subsidies can help to drive growth. Investments in renewable energy will also support the shift to electric transportation. By powering EVs with clean energy, we can maximize their environmental benefits. In conclusion, the future of electric transportation is bright. With ongoing advancements in technology, infrastructure, and policy, electric vehicles are set to become the norm. They offer a cleaner, more sustainable mode of transport that benefits both people and the planet. As we move forward, electric vehicles will play a central role in shaping the future of mobility.